Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter Human Reproduction. As we know, reproduction, that is power of producing same type of organism. So in case of human being, it takes place by sexual reproduction, in which formation of gamete takes place, because human beings, they are unisexual in their nature, means male organism that is responsible to produce male gametes or male sex gametes, while female organism is responsible to form female gametes. Although the human beings, they are viviparous in their nature, viviparous means they are going to give birth to their young ones. Each sex has pair of gonads. Gonads means sex cells. For example, in case of male, these gonads is in the form of XY, and in case of female, they are in the form of XX. Reproductive duct and accessory structure. Sex organs, they are present in the form of testes paired. One pair of testes, they are present in male, while one pair of ovaries, they are present in female. These gonads, means testes as well as ovaries, they are responsible to form the gametes is in the form of sperms as well as ova, as well as these gonads, they are responsible to release out the sex hormones. These gonads, or you can say the formation of gamete, takes place after the attaining of age of puberty. Puberty is that age when male and female organism becomes sexually mature, means the sexual organs, they start to show secondary sexual characteristics due to release in sexual hormones, as well as preparation of gametes will take place. So here are certain events which are responsible for the process of gametogenesis. First one is gametogenesis, means formation of gamete. By the process of spermatogenesis, formation of sperm, and by the process of oogenesis, formation of ova will takes place. Now these gamete, transfer of these gametes takes place. So in transfer, the sperm from the side of male reaches up to the female genital tract, where the process of fusion of these male and gamete takes place, which results in formation of zygote. The process is called fertilization. This developed zygote is in the form of blastocyst attached to the wall of uterus. This attachment is called implantation, where the zygote, or you can say embryo, develop into a complete fetus in certain duration of time. That period or that time is called gestation period, and after completion of this gestation period, there is birth of a baby, or you can say delivery of the baby takes place. That process is called parturition. Now we are going to discuss about the male reproductive organ. The male reproductive organ, they are present in pelvis region. It includes a pair of testes, accessory duct, accessory glands, and external genitalia. So here in the picture, the structure of male reproductive system is given. The testes, they are present outside the abdominal cavity within a pouch that is called the scrotum. The main function of this scrotum is to keep the temperature lower than that of body temperature and near about 2 to 2.5 degree Celsius. Lower temperature is found in scrotum, and that lower temperature is necessary to carry the process of spermatogenesis. The testes, they are covered by a dense covering. Each testis has about 250 compartments. They are called testicular lobule. In each lobule contains 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules in which sperms are produced. Each seminiferous tubule is lined on it inside by two types of cell. One is male germ cells and second one is Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells name given because it is discovered by Enrico Sertoli. So the name given to these cells, that is the Sertoli cells. Now what is the function of these male germ cells and Sertoli cells? The male germ cells undergo meiotic division, finally lead to the sperm formation, while Sertoli cells, they are responsible to provide nutrition to the germ cells. The region outside the seminiferous tubule, that is called interstitial space, which contains small blood vessels and intestinal cells or Leydig cells in it. These Leydig cells, they synthesize and secrete testicular hormone, or you can say male sex hormones, which is called androgens. Here in case accessory duct and glands, rata testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vas deferens, these are the accessory duct. Why these are called accessory duct? Because they are responsible to carry the sperms from the testes and pass it to that particular place where they remains stored for some time. External genitalia is that part in male reproductive organ. As the name indicates, genitalia means that is responsible for the genetical purpose. The male sex accessory ducts include rata testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vas deferens. The seminiferal tubules of testes opens into the vasa efferentia through rata testis. The vasa efferentia leave the testis and open into epididymis located along the posterior surface of each testis. The epididymis lead to the vasa deferens that ascend to the abdomen and loop over the urinary bladder. It receives a duct from seminal vesicle and open into urethra as the ejaculatory duct. These duct stores and transport the sperm from the testis to the outside through urethra. The urethra originates from the urinary bladder and extend through the penis to its external opening, that is called urethral